Hi everyone, this is Ida with Created to Create. I have a project share. I have been playing with, I actually ordered some dies from, that were designed by Nicole Silhouette. And, um, and I had seen some of her dies and I thought they were really nice. And I'm going to share with you which ones they are. And I don't have very many tag dies. I have a few, but I only have like I think this is maybe my second one. That's a big tag die. So this is the die that I was working with, but it comes with 3 sizes, and then it also comes with the little corners. Let me take it out so you can see it. It comes with in the very large, like this is, there are my hands, guys. This is super large, and I'll give you the measurements on it. It's pretty large. From side to side is approximately 5 inches. And from top to bottom, it is, I'm going to say about 7 1/8. Yeah, it's about 7 1/8 tall. And it's a very nice size die. The only thing is that it is very intricate, and I like to cut my things with heavyweight paper, so it was cutting fine all the way around the top, but in the bottom, it wasn't cutting as well, and I had to give it a couple of passes, and still I had to work some of those pieces out. I don't know if I just got a bad die, guys, because I've seen a lot of people play with it, and I haven't heard anybody complain, so it might be that I just got a bad one, who knows. And then it comes with these smaller ones. So here's the next size up, and then the smaller one. But they're very pretty. I'm not going to take that away from it. It's a very pretty die. And then it comes with the 2 corners. So those are really nice as well. And let me show you what it looks like. Let me move my bee out of the way. I was actually playing, I was creating, this one actually goes out to my friend Sabrina. Hi sis, who is the S Factor Studio here on YouTube. She really doesn't make cards, but she does like to make tags. So I thought, a tag could be a card as well. So this is what I created, and I did emboss the back. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me get up close. I want you to focus right here. That is really textured. That's not lines that are in. There are lines that are in the paper, but it's very textured. And I really love the way this card came out. And then here's that little, I created a little envelope, and I used the little corner to line the inside of the little flap on the envelope, and it does have a Velcro. I haven't put anything in it yet, but you could put a little personal note or something in there. And but see how I lined the envelope so the lacy part is sticking out beyond the envelope flap. So I thought these were really nice. And of course you could, let me see if I have something here. You could actually tuck something back here because it does have a tuck spot right there. And but it's really pretty. And the cake, of course, is from that paper I had been playing with. And I just added flowers. I did make it, it does have dimension in between the bottom layer, and then I cut another one all together and put another layer between the dimension between the bottom and the second layer, and then I put more dimension on the third one, so it looks like it's, you can tell that there is dimension in the cake because it's 3 layers. Sometimes when it's one piece, it just looks like, a flat image. But when you start to stagger and give different heights, you really see the depths in the cake. So that's what I did there. And I added look at how pretty the intricate, this reminds me of eyelet trim or lace. That's what it reminds me of, the eyelet trim. And I did use the 3D embossing folder to emboss this, so you can feel the knots and everything. It's not flat. I mean, you can really feel the wood on here because I did use the Tim Holtz. Hold on one second. I don't think I brought the packaging with me. But Tim Holtz has a 3D embossing folder that is made by Sizzix. And these knots right here, I hope that you can see them. These knots are very defined, very prominent. And when you emboss your paper, you can really feel it because see, it's grooved in right here. So that's what my paper really feels like. And to do that, I always mist it before I do that to make sure that that my paper doesn't rip because it's very, very defined, very deep embossing. So after I had cut it out and embossed it, I did layer it a couple of times with, one of them was regular, I think it's 80 weight cardstock, and then both of them are 80 weight actually, to be honest. And again, even though this was a thinner paper, it still did have trouble just down here, not all the way around. It did great all the way around, except down here in the bottom. Now I contacted the seller. I can't give you really telling you exactly what's going to happen with that or how good of a seller or anything because I haven't heard from him yet. So I'm just going to say hopefully he's going to resolve that. Anyway, then I added a piece of specialty paper right here. I had some scraps on the counter and I was trying to use, I usually try to use whatever I was working with, and I have scraps and and I keep them handy and I try to incorporate them into my projects. And after I did that, I just added a piece of lace trim that was gifted to me in one of the swaps. One of the ladies gave this lace right here, and it was with two other colors, and it looked kind of vintagey. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. And then this happy birthday right here came from a Sizzix die. I'll share with you what that one looks like. This came with this Sizzix die that I've had for a very long time. And it comes with 23 dies. And here is the item number on it. And it is designed by who? Stephanie Bernard. And I needed some balloons, so I got the balloons from here, and I got the happy birthday from here, and it does have 23 dies. So that's what I use for the happy birthday, and also for my balloons that are right here. But look at how pretty it turned out. And then this again was gifted in this last swap. Somebody gifted this and it's beautiful. I love this deep embossing on the leaves right here. So I just kind of wanted it to look like maybe an outdoor birthday party or something. So that's why I added greenery right there. But all in all, I'm real happy with the way it came out. And this was wrapped on a swap, and I just made a bow right there, added a little flower. It's so pretty. Now I'm going to share the back with you. Hopefully my puppies won't make any noise. I used the Tim Holtz easel die, and I'll share with you what that looks like. I'll share with you what that looks like. It's this one right here by Tim Holtz. And I've had this a while, and I really like it. Here's the item number. Because I can turn anything. Let me see if I can bring it up some. I can turn anything into like a frame or a standing card. So, and it does cut, it is a steel rule die, so it cuts, I use like a cereal weight box sandwich in between the designer paper. That's how I created this. But here it is what it looks like, and it does stand up. So this is actually like a birthday card, but it's in the shape of a tag. So I thought this was really nice. And of course the balloons, I did cut out a couple layers because every balloon comes with two dies, the bigger one and then the inset as well on the smaller one. And then this little ribbon was on something as well here in this recent swap, and I made a bow right there, but I think it's really pretty. Really, really pretty. So there's one. And I think I shared with you all the dies that I used for that one. And then for this one, I have been collecting some bee items. And I don't have a bunch, but I'll share with you what I do have. And here's the tag again. This one I cut it out of 110-pound cardstock. I cut two of them because if I want them to stand up like this, because it's so lacy, the eyelet lace is edge is so lacy that I want it to be strong. So that's why I use 110-pound cardstock. And I have this gold pearlized paper. I've had it a while. I only have a couple sheets left. And all I did was, first what I did, I cut it out in black and I cut it out in this gold color. And then because it does have stitching all the way around, I was able to cut off, I'll share with you, I cut off the little eyelet part. So I cut that off because I wanted, uh, for the black to show. I wanted a two-tone tag card. So I cut it off, and then I did add dimension in between, and I use foam. I usually use the foam sheet, so that's what I used. And before I mounted it on here, I did, my friend Sabrina gifted me a die, and because it was bees, she gifted me this kind of a little dotted die right here, and I wanted to make it look like the flight pattern of the bee. So I went ahead and cut it out, and I'll share with you where that is. You can see it right here, the piercing right there. So it is covered with, some of it is covered, some of it isn't. And again, this does have, again, the Tim Holtz easel. The difference between this one, that I brought it all the way to the bottom, the way it's supposed to be, but in the front, see, it darkens it right there so you can see it. On the first one, I started it right above the lacy part so you can't see it. So, it just depends on what your preference is. It doesn't bother me one bit. And it gives it more stability as far as I'm concerned. And anyway, I did have, I shared this bee with you guys before. This is a two-piece die set. I didn't bring it with me because I had this already pre-done. And the happy birthday came from, and I'll share that with you. This is where the happy birthday is something I had in my stash. And it's two different happy birthdays. So I used this one right here. And I made these into birthday cards. So, but it could be, a get well card. It could be thinking of you. It could be anything. So that's why it says happy. And I did offset it with white. Happy bee day. Get it? Happy birthday. So, and then I had a stamp that I did buy. And I'll share with you what that looks like. And like I said, I have been collecting a little bit of bee things. And this is the one. This is by Craft Sensations. And I believe I bought this on Amazon, you guys. I'm not going to really leave links, but, I'll tell you more or less where I bought it if I remember, and give you item numbers. That should help you. But this is the one I used, but I covered up the bee right here, the word bee. So I only got the little bees with the little flight pattern. That's the only one I used from this set. And you can see it right here, and you can see the little trail and the little bee down here. And then I did pick up some stickers, so I used one of these stickers. These came from Hobby Lobby, and this one as well came from Hobby Lobby, so I used one of each. And I didn't use the little bee charms that I picked up. You can, but I didn't. And I also had this in my stash. I've had it a while. So this little hive right here, this beehive pattern, I cut just one little piece in gold glitter cardstock, and I just kind of chopped it up here and there and, arranged it on there. That's what you see back here. And then these are the little insets, the negatives that come out of it, and I used those as well. So nothing went to waste. And the set right here also has the little house. Here's the little beehive. Even the beekeepers, they don't come in this hive like this. They actually have the little houses. So that's this one right here. And I did put that on chipboard. And what else? Let me think. I added some flowers from my stash. This bow is also designed by Nicole Silhouette to match these tags. And I will share with you what that bow looks like. I used the big one. Here it is, guys. It's the big one. And I didn't have any trouble with it. When I left it attached together and I tried to cut it, it didn't cut well. So part of it did and part of it didn't. Like this big one did, but the little tails didn't. So I broke it apart and just ran the tail by itself. Then I didn't have any trouble with it at all whatsoever. So I would highly recommend this one because, like I said, it didn't give me any trouble. And I did cut it out of vellum, and look at how beautiful it looks. And this, again, is the eyelet pattern. That's what that's called. But I think it's so pretty. And then I did emboss. There's a little strip down here. If you can see the embossing right here. And then I used a gold pen after I had embossed it on this little strip. I will share these with you. I absolutely love these. These are by Doris. And then the three smaller ones in different patterns. And like I said, I'm collecting bead things. And let me see if I can give you an item number. There is the UPC number on this product. And it's called 3-pack border bee theme. So that's one. And I'll share another one that I didn't use, but I do have, is this one right here. It's so pretty. Also by Doris. And here is the UPC on that, and the name is Bees Buzzing on this one. So, but I didn't use the big one, but I just wanted to share it with you. And that's all I use, guys, to make these cards. So I use the bow die, I use the large tag die, and I did use the little bee die for here and the happy birthday, and then this, but they're all separate bits and pieces that I kind of put together for this card. And I'll give you a tip on when you cut an easel. If you have this die, what I did, I used a box of cereal because I wanted it to be strong, but not so strong that I couldn't cut it, or that it would cut it all the way through where it's supposed to be scored. I got my piece the size of my die, and I glued the front and back. Whether you want designer paper, I just did black on both sides of the cereal box, and then I ran it through my machine, so it was already covered. I didn't have to go and cut more and cover it. No, I covered it before I even cut it. So that's what I did there. And it's real sturdy, even though it's only cereal weight box. It's not very thick, but it does the job for this. But anyway, these are the two that I created. I hope that you like what I created, and I hope that you guys try them. It's kind of hard to hold them because the easel is open on them, but you can close the easel. Let me share that with you. All you have to do is just see this little piece. You just slide it up and close the easel so you can put it in an envelope to ship it. So there's one, and then here is the B one. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope that you like what I created, and I hope that you give it a try. Like I said, it was a lot of cutting because you do want to make it strong, but the tag die itself, it is beautiful, guys. I'm not even gonna lie, it's beautiful. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope everyone is having a great day, and God bless. Bye.